Hi everyone, this is LAR Games, and today I'm playing some more Genshin Impact. It's time to continue the Irodori Festival and all of its mysteries before it actually ends and I don't get to experience all of it. So, with that said, let's get started. Bloop. I want to at least do all the story. Shincho. I never know how to pronounce his name.
Interesting. A story of the five Kasen appears again, and with a timely solution. A stamped seal, huh? Let me think. Indeed, it is an efficient solution. If we use a stamp, then Xingqiu won't have to struggle with his handwriting anymore. However... since Xingqiu's signature has been previously revealed to the readers, it would seem insincere if he only used the stamped seal for his new books. But I have another idea. Using a seal is a part
what
of
if the
course.
stamp...
Let's go to Uya restaurant now to discuss my idea with everyone.
What if the stamp clearly reproduced, clearly and accurately reproduced his handwriting? Couldn't you theoretically, take some clay and then write the signature on it? And then pour some plaster or something into that? And then from the plaster you could make a more solid mold. And then with that you can make a pretty good stamp, I think. There wouldn't be any carving necessary and it'd be exactly the same as the signature. But I mean, what he said is true. It wouldn't be sincere as a... it would just be saying it's a signature, but it's just a stamp. It's really weird how casually we go from Rito to Inazuma City. Like if it's like a block away. No, second floor, huh? Oh, sorry, excuse me. Whoa, look at all those. Kind of looks like a downgraded Sucrose and maybe Miko with her hair down.
Yes, that's it, Jinyu. Your writing has greatly improved today, which means yesterday's intensive training was effective.
My apologies, but I simply can't do it anymore. My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore. I should have known better than to read novels during calligraphy class.
Of course you did.
Just had a 10-minute break. Come on, you can do this.
These camera angles, though.
Pushing a deadline, there's no one more brutal than Mr. Hirayama.
No wonder Lady Yai would always send the editorial director to handle troublesome authors.
Whoa, this is getting scary. It hasn't even been that long and Shincho's already zombified.
Mr. Hirayama, we found a solution that might just solve our dilemma. In both Liyue and Inazuma, seals are widely used as the equivalents of a signature. If we use a stamp to leave the author's seal on the books, then we could make the signature process a lot easier. Of course, a seal on its own is not enough. So, I propose that each signature consists of two parts. First, we'll use a personalized seal. We can simply carve one using Chenyu's signature as the design. In addition, I'll also design a simple but elegant pattern that's easy for Chenyu to write. That way, he will only need to draw a simple pattern on each book.
Let me think.
That would give the
All right,
sincerity
I think that would
of
work.
it.
Not only does
An
it still
upgrade.
involve the author's own handwriting, but the result should be very beautiful as well.
So, what you mean to say is, I've been saved from this predicament?
Mr. Hirayama, it suddenly occurred to me that the reason we gave up on live book signings previously was because it would take too long for the author to sign each book. But if we adopted Calx's proposed method, we might have enough time to do signatures at the live event. And if all the authors signed their books in the same fashion, then Genyu's signature wouldn't look out of place.
If you think it's feasible, I would certainly be happy to design signatures for the other authors as well.
Yes, and you may leave carving the stamps to me.
In that case, I shall contact the other 2 authors participating in the new release event.
It is a great honor to use a signature designed by Calx.
My pen name is quite complicated and isn't suitable for signing events. However, if we implement this new format, then it'll be a dream come true for me as well.
Great! Looks like everyone's on board with the idea.
I'm sorry to have kept you busy for so long, Genyu. Please, take the next few days to have a good rest. We'll handle everything from here. The books that Genyu already signed can be used as special prizes in future events held by the Eye Publishing House.
We did it. The event is saved.
Hooray!
Thanks to everyone's efforts, Onodera
There's a
and
lot
I
of people
are
in here.
finally free of that mess.
That's right! You're finally free, Xingqiu! Maybe you should step outside for some fresh air.
Uyu Restaurant. Please talk to me if you want to order.
God damn, Mona.
We still have some time to burn. Where should we go next?
Hey, look, Vent. Oh,
There you
yes! Finally! Oh my god, yes! Now, this is a good event.
Ayaka and Venti. That's an interesting combo.
It's odd for
I was
sure.
just going to the festival venue to prepare the Ikebana lesson when I
Oh,
found
no.
a strange piece of paper on a
She's
flower
involved.
stand. This bar just happened to be close by at the time. He informed me that you've also found similar papers recently. As such, we came together to find you two. But the paper she found isn't quite the same as the ones we found before. Here's the paper. Please have a look.
Okay. That's very short.
All the poems we found before.
I couldn't
were
even
roughly the
not
same
read it
length.
because it was so short.
This one is only 2 lines.
And even though there are only 2 short sentences, neither of them are next to the title or centered on the page. The position of the writing seems to indicate that there is other content written on this paper besides these 2 lines.
If
Maybe
we
it's
take the
hidden.
poem literally, it reads, "Dip this paper in water and see the truth naturally appear."
Okay, well, I
Speaking
guess
of
we'll have to do
which,
that.
I have an ancient text at home, specializing in ancient and exotic stories. It mentions a special ink that will show itself when wet and disappear when it's dry.
So, shall we give it a whirl? It just so happens that there's a pond nearby.
What a coincidence. No, it isn't. Bloop. Oh. That wasn't as satisfying.
Wow, look. It's really
I really like
more words have appeared on the paper.
I really like the composition of this this scene. Everyone's like faces. It's like everyone's looking at me.
We'll Paimon see what it says.
I'm not going to read it.
The story says that after Sumizomi got the collection of poems from Akihito and put them into a plagiarized words in the poem became blurry. Huh? Why would that happen?
You see, Paimon, in the past, when printing was not yet well developed, handwritten text could easily become smudged in books when exposed to moisture. To ensure the text lasted longer, they'd either write using a special ink or coat the paper's surface with a waterproof coating once the writing was finished. Such special inks are time-consuming and laborious to produce, and the waterproof coating could also prove just as difficult. However, since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the Shogun, surely one of those two methods was used to protect it. But as for the plagiarized poems, not only would they lack Akihito's seal, but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
Which means Akihito didn't plagiarize his work. He was set up!
Yes, it appears that this is the truth that Sumizome's story is trying to convey. Although the story is saddening, I've decided on the subjects to use for Akihito and Sumizome's portraits. Kazuha, Ayaka, would you be willing to be the models for my paintings?
I would be delighted.
Yes, as would I.
I would be delighted to see the painting of her.
Should be ready in no time.
Yes. And now that all 4 stories have all been collected, the story of the 5 Kasen is now fully completed.
Where is this gonna go?
Long ago,
Ooh, here we go.
Inazuma had 5 legendary poets. People bestowed upon them the title of the 5 Kasen.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn
I love
out,
that.
and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akihito.
Akihito had once belonged to the 5 Kasen. Each poem he composed, he marked with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akihito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5 Kasen remained.
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that the plagiarized poem lacked his seal. She immersed his poetry in a stream nearby, and only on the plagiarized poem did the ink run. Aoi no Okina passed by and witnessed Sumizome's doing, which he then recorded in a poem. Thus transpired the events of Suiko's poetry submission, and this is where the story comes to an end.
There was no real resolution, was there? Oh, great. The quest system in this game is so messy. So the quest location is what's wrong here. Five Kazan Plaza. Alright, let's do this first then. Okay. I'm sure this is gonna have voice acting because I think Sayu might be in this. I do like Sayu.
So many complaints. What should I do? Ah, Are you the traveler who my superior said would come and help us out?
Uh,
You came at the perfect time. We're
did we
facing a
say?
small problem here. As you know, the Irodori festival is underway. In addition to all the things on sale, there's a lot of free entertainment programs available. But today, we received numerous complaints that a group of people have been hogging the Tanuki photo board. They won't leave.
It's always
so no one
abandoned
else
when
gets
I'm
to
there.
use it. What a headache.
Arrest them.
Arrest them? Well, it would solve the immediate problem, but don't you think that if the Tenryo Commission starts arresting people without good cause, we'll soon have a bigger problem on our hands?
I wonder if he says something different if we don't say, hey, whoa! Look at that Raiden Shogun plushie there. What the heck? I want one.
The first thing we tried was negotiating with them, but ultimately these facilities are open to everyone, and there's no time limit on usage. This means that as long as they haven't done anything technically illegal, even if they keep hogging it, there is nothing we can do.
Well, make it so there is a time limit.
Can you try negotiating with them for us? If these complaints can't be resolved and Madame Kujo finds out, I'll lose my bonus this month for sure.
Not your bonus.
A photo board, huh? We know who would do something like that.
Do we?
Should we go and have a look?
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
Thank you so much. You'll find them by the Tanuki photo board just east of the square.
Oh, okay, now we're continuing this. So messy. It ruins the flow.
Yeah. Ever since we completed the story of the 5 Kasen, there's still one thing Paimon hasn't been able to figure out.
What's that?
One of the 5 Kasen is called Kuronushi, right?
Probably.
It's just that, how could the story of the 5 Kasen finish without him appearing at all?
Oh. Have you really not noticed?
Huh? Not noticed what? This is no time to be playing games, Tone Deaf Bard!
What he means is that the story of Kuronushi was already embedded within the 4 poems.
Huh? Really?
That's right. The key lies in the poem that Aoi no Okina wrote after seeing Sumizome rinsing the poetry collection. An average person could never understand the scene of a young girl washing Akahito's poetry collection in a stream. Even Aoi no Okina couldn't figure out the meaning behind Sumizome's actions. He was simply reminiscing and thinking about his old acquaintances. However, for the perpetrator who framed Akahito, it was completely obvious. He was worried that if this poem was seen by the Shogun, then the Shogun could discover the truth behind the plagiarism incident. If that happened, then he'd be finished. So, in desperation, he threatened Aoi no Okina to make him tear out this poem.
Which means, the one who threatened Aoi no Okina is the same person that framed Akahito!
Mm-hmm.
What? Kuronushi?
That's right. Though there are only 4 poems, they still managed to tell the complete story of all 5 Kasen. Since the Shogun mentioned in the poems is certainly not the one of the 5 Kasen, the only character left is the mysterious one with an unknown identity.
Oh, okay. Paimon is finally starting to get it now.
However, this also brings something else to mind. The story of the 5 Kasen has more or less reflected everything that's been happening around us lately. Which begs the question, is there a Kuronushi in our world as well?
A Kuronushi? In our world?
Speaking of which, I wonder if our dear Kazuha has come up with anything.
Oh, right! Kazuha! He's been pretty quiet this whole time. Let's ask him!
Well, also I like that shot as well. Let's do one. Oh, no, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Do one turn around here. There we go.
Hey, Kazuha! Are you okay? You've been standing in front of this blank canvas for a while, and you don't look so good.
Apologies for making a wild assumption, but has the story of the Five Kasen reminded you of anything?
Yes. A few things did come to mind, actually. However, they were nothing more than some past incidents regarding my family. I don't mind sharing the stories, but I'd prefer not to bring you any more trouble.
Hey, we're all friends here, Kazuha. You can always tell us whatever's on your mind.
Kaidehara, please forgive my assumption, but perhaps you were thinking of the Raiden Gokuden?
The Raiden Gokuden? What's that?
Good question,
It appears
Paimon.
that Miss Kamisato and I were thinking of the same thing. But it also has much to do with the Yashiro Commission. It would be improper to speak of it here without the consent of Miss Kamisato.
It's fine. Those of us here are all trustworthy, so there isn't any harm in it.
That's some assumptions.
However, this matter is somewhat complicated.
You don't know Venti very well, or Shinshu.
Let me start with the Raiden Gokuden. As you all know, the Yashiro Commission's primary purpose is managing ceremonial and cultural affairs, and Inazuma's art of forging swords is a very important part of our culture. The Raiden Gokuden were once the top 5 schools of the forging art in Inazuma. Although these families were swordsmiths by craft, they also held many important positions in the Yashiro Commission. Unfortunately, of the 5, only the Aminoma art still maintains its artisan lineage. The descendants of the Ishin art are also still alive, but the craft has been lost to time. The descendants of the Ishin art are none other than the Kaidehara family.
Oh. Huh.
Whoa! We knew Kazuha came from a noble family, but we had no idea about his connection to the Yashiro Commission and sword making.
Yes, but that's all part of the past now. The Ishin art was lost with my great-grandfather's generation. My grandfather was dissatisfied with my great-grandfather's lack of effort. When he was young, my grandfather traveled all over Tevat to find a way to revive the family business. But it was to no avail. And in my generation, our last remaining family property was lost as well.
Man, that sucks.
I heard my elder brother mention that the decline of the Raiden Gokuden happened very rapidly. In the span of a few decades, 3 of the families suffered various misfortunes and disappeared completely. Later, there was speculation that all of these misfortunes stemmed from some background machinations, meaning that someone wanted to wipe out the Raiden Gokuden. However, since not every family of the Raiden Gokuden came to ruin, such explanations were treated as nothing more than a conspiracy theory.
Indeed. I've also believed such ideas were just theories and rumors. However, I know that a major incident happened to my great-grandfather when he was young. Not only did it affect the Kaedehara clan, but it nearly jeopardized the Kamisato clan's position in the Yashiro Commission as well. After reading the story of the 5 Kasen, I can't help but feel like it's pointing me toward the truth behind that incident.
That's very specific.
What happened to your great-grandfather, Kazuha?
I still can't say. I need to speak with someone to verify the details. Let's meet here again at noon tomorrow. I will tell you everything I know then.
Alright. And I get those 2 at once. Alright. What do I have to do for this one? Huh. What about this song? Oh, they're just making flowers. Alright.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
There is a lot left to do. Oh god, look at all these. Why? I have to do, like, the equivalent of an entire month's worth of content, like, right now. Oh, how did it come to this? Alright, let's do this first. Oh, okay. Yeah, that.
I knew it was gonna be them. Let's go and see what all this is about.
This makes sense. Are you doing it right? One of them. You're way too tall for the second one.
Hey, traveler, Paimon, what's happening? Oh, you came here for the Irodori Festival too? Oh, see, I knew it! Great minds think alike, huh?
Paimon's not amused.
Such a child. We're here to take care of a little problem.
Yo, right. Yeah, well, who's got a problem? The Arataki gang considers it our born duty to help those in need.
You're the problem.
Wait, huh?
The Arataki gang is the problem. The Terio Commission said you guys have been hogging the photo board and nobody else has had a chance to use it.
Oh, well, no, we haven't.
Would you care to explain?
It's kind of a long story. Hey, Mamoru, you're up. Explain the situation to these good people.
Yes, boss. The story starts 2 months ago, when we first found out about the Irodori Festival.
Okay.
As everyone knows,
why does it go this far back?
Festival all about showcasing culture, with books on all kinds of topics on display and for sale. Our boss is very forward-thinking. He thought we should seize this golden opportunity to publish some material introducing the Arataki gang and help craft a glorious public image.
This isn't helping.
We can make some money out of it to support ourselves.
I feel that was more appealing to you.
Well, that wasn't the main reason, obviously.
No, that was the main reason.
That was your main reason.
At first, we had plenty of time. In 2 months, boss planned to write 60 pages.
And in the end? 0, I assume?
Month in, and he'd written a grand total of 1 line.
Well, I mean, come on.
So far, everything is as expected.
Up to scratch.
More like worst procrastinator ever.
So we cut some of the planned content.
I'm glad he's
and
out of
figured
jail,
it would
by the
still
way.
be fine if we could put out 20 pages in the next month.
But the day after that, the boss got a hold of this card game called Genius Invocation TCG. Everyone loved it!
It felt like we only played a few rounds, but before we knew it, half a month had gone by. I'm telling you, this game, it's pretty incredible.
How does it relate to this?
Gathering inspiration for my writing. What?
Sure you were. Inspiration that has absolutely nothing to do with what you were writing about.
So then we only had 2 weeks left. No way was that going to be enough time to publish a book. Boss said we should just make a colorful flyer instead. That way we'd only need to think of a slogan.
That makes more sense. It shouldn't take too long to think of a slogan, right?
Yeah, it didn't take long at all. We came up with 30 slogans between us in just half a day.
And couldn't decide on any.
Many, and we couldn't agree with each other on which one to
Ew.
use. It took us a week to make the final decision.
That was when we realized we'd have to pay an expensive express fee for the printing, because there was so little time left.
And we couldn't afford it.
You gotta take it slow if you want to do something well. Pay an express fee and they're gonna do a rush job, and then there's gonna be all sorts of problems. The Arataki gang only puts out the very best into the world, and that is why I decided to give up on that project.
Whatever makes you happy.
That, yep, well said. You gotta do what keeps you happy. Same goes for humans and Oni alike. And it's not every day that you get to go to an Irodori festival, right? So priority number 1 right now is enjoying ourselves to the max.
The way you chose to enjoy yourselves was to commandeer a novelty photo board?
How much time do you really have to spend here anyway?
Boss brought us here to buy some drinks. He said there was some sort of Irodori Festival limited edition soft drink available.
That's right. This ain't no ordinary drink either. It's a special edition joint creation of Sailing Breeze and Yai Publishing House, as featured in the popular novel Pretty Please Kitsune Guji.
feel it should have zoomed in earlier.
But when we got to the festival, the staff wouldn't let us in because of our unusual outfits.
Not that unusual.
They said we had to show up looking like our normal selves before they'd let us in.
We'd invested a lot of time and money into
I
the way
mean,
we
the
dressed.
hat is weird,
Then
I
they accused
guess.
us of spoiling the image of the city.
One thing led to another, and by the time we finally got to Sailing Breeze's booth, all the drinks were sold out. We were pretty disappointed, but there was nothing we could do. Then we saw this photo board.
Okay, just leave the photo booth.
We can't let
All
the trip
right.
go to waste, so
So you decided to take over the whole area for your own use?
I beg to differ. It's public property. We didn't commandeer anything. We're just making sure public resources get used to the max.
Yeah, boss is right. We're the ones making the most out of this thing.
Again, what do you have to do here for so long?
Never let a single moment in your life go to waste. That's our policy in the Arataki gang, and we're out here making sure this photo board gets the most out of its lifespan too.
Oh, brother, what a noble cause.
but we spent so much money on our appearance. We only had enough left for one of those drinks.
Did they all share it?
We don't have anywhere near enough to buy books.
But you can't just take over this photo board for yourselves because it's free and you don't have any money. Other people have the right to use it too.
I guess when you put it like that, I can kind of see where you're coming from.
So come on, let someone else have their turn already.
But you know full well that the Arataki gang has a reputation to uphold.
Your reputation is bad, so don't uphold that.
If I say I'm gonna make the most out of this board, then I have to live up to my words. If we just scrap our plan like that, we'd be going against our word. A gang's gotta have integrity, or it does huge damage to your prestige. That being said, we won't have to worry about any of that if we can settle this the Arataki way.
The Arataki way, huh? Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
So I, Arataki numero uno Ito, challenge you to an all-out, no-holds-barred, anything-goes duel.
You're gonna lose.
I will leave this board alone.
Oh. No, let's have an actual fight.
Oh, beetle fighting is an awesome idea. Just so happens I caught myself a true beast of an Onikabuto the other day. I call it Demon of Darkness.
Well, you're gonna lose either way.
Unfortunately, I didn't bring Demon of Darkness with me today, so...
Well, that's a relief.
So, how are we gonna do this duel? Let's think. Yeah, wow, this is a tough nut to crack. Let me think for a second.
Hey, look! Isn't that Toma? Guess he's here for the festival too. Why don't we...
I thought Sayu was gonna be in this for some reason.
Paimon bets he'll have tons of ideas. Toma! Toma! Over here!
Hey, Traveler and Paimon.
What's up, Toma?
What a nice surprise meeting you guys here. Well, I heard that a certain well-known individual had made an appearance at the festival and taken quite a
So he's
liking
here
to
for
the
this
community
too.
photo board. Since the Yashiro Commission is the host of this festival, I felt I simply had to come and meet them in person. Red horns. If I'm not mistaken, you must be the esteemed Arataki Ito, leader of the widely renowned Arataki gang. Is that right?
Toma, my bro, your eyes do not deceive you. And you are the housekeeper extraordinaire of the Kamisato clan. You're quite the celebrity yourself, you know.
Well, I'm flattered, Ito. And it's nice to meet you too, bro.
There's a serious bromance developing here.
He seemed kind of sarcastic.
I didn't expect to run into both Ito and the Traveler here. Speaking of which, I kind of count as the host here, so is anything wrong? Don't worry, you can tell me anything.
It's all Ito. He wants to...
No, it's no, it's no big deal. We were just about to have a duel, and we're trying to think of what format it should take.
Oh,
Combat.
a duel. In that case, I have a suggestion. Since your duel is taking place at the Irodori Festival, why don't you have a volunteering competition? Then you can both do your
Fine.
part for the Irodori Festival while settling your
That
duel
just
at the
helps
same time.
everyone
What
instead
do you
of being a
think?
fight, but fine.
Volunteering competition? It sounds a little low-key. Not quite hardcore enough for the Arataki gang. I give this idea an
Beetle
interest rating
battling
of,
is.
2 points. One for the Traveler, one for Toma.
Boss means, 2 points out of 100.
Yeah, this job isn't the most high stakes, that's for sure. It just takes a little patience and responsibility.
I can just beat him
Also,
up.
since it's volunteering, by definition, there's no remuneration. All you'll get is this special edition drink from Sailing Breeze, as a small token of appreciation.
I think they want that.
On second thought, this is nowhere near enough for the prestigious Arataki gang. I don't know.
No, they're gonna be all over that.
Wait a sec. What was that part about the, token of appreciation?
Oh, it's just a special edition drink produced by Yae Publishing House and Sailing Breeze. It's really nothing special.
Boss, that's the one!
They're so
If we take
excited.
this gig, we'll get that drink!
Oh, so, Toma, my bro, my guy, my dude. Maybe I didn't explain properly. When I said 2 points, that's out of a total of 2. If there's one thing the Arataki gang is known for, I kid you not, it's our patience and responsibility.
That's not kidding, that's lying.
Awesome idea, totally hardcore. Practically tailor-made just for me. Traveler, let's do this for our duel, huh? It'll be amazing. Whoever volunteers the hardest wins. What do you think?
I feel I should just let him win.
Did it just a second ago.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the mighty Arataki, above all bold-blooded Ito you're talking to here. I'ma say what I mean what I say, might sound mean, but I say it anyway kind of guy. And I say, we're gonna have this duel.
AKA doesn't want people to know he's only doing it for the drinks kind of guy.
If it's decided, then allow me to take the role of your judge. The volunteer work is simple. You just need to give your help to people who need it during the festival.
I'm already doing
I will
that.
assign some job requests that I've already received to you. If you're ready, we can begin.
Kazuha said he would wait for us at the 5 Kasen Plaza today. Let's go find him there. Let Paimon see. Okay, our first job is to help a busy vendor. His stand is just nearby.
Oh, I guess it started.
Behind schedule.
Wait. I mean, you should have let him win. Oh, what? God, these are so messy. So, what am I supposed to do here? I don't mind letting him win, I just don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Ah, here it is. Here we go.
Are you the volunteers? Perfect timing. As you can see, there's a lot of dust and dead leaves around my stand. I've just been so busy with my customers these past few days. Can you help me clean up the place, please?
Will Mona do? No. Guess I gotta take out my sucrose.
I want to help.
And you will. Is that it?
I'm so grateful to have you.
Alright. Who else? Guess just talking with people. No. So what else? Oh, what's this? I don't understand. Okay.
You're finished already? Wow, you work hard. You're wonderful people, all you volunteers. Thank you so much.
Alright, that one's done.
Our next job is to help a visitor.
Hey, mister! Come and help me!
Hey, Kajirai! Fancy meeting you here at the festival. But we don't have time to play games with you right now.
I'm not playing games. I'm in trouble. I heard they were selling a new kind of tamari at the festival, so I came to check it out. But I couldn't find it anywhere.
Tamari are
And then
balls,
I went
right?
and lost my current one. It's gotta be nearby. I still had it a moment ago.
So searching for something. Yeah.
So basically, every time we run into you...
Oh, it's that kid. Okay. I haven't done most of these in the world in Inazuma. I only did it like 5 times or something. Alright. At least this one wasn't timed.
Great! Now I can play the tamari game again.
Don't count me in on that.
Thanks, mister.
Okay, one last job. We need to help move some goods at the port. Let's go.
Let's avoid that place so it doesn't interrupt this current quest. Let's Assassin's Creed all the way over to the port.
This is...
Are you the festival volunteers? Great. I was just wondering what to do about these goods. But I have to get all this fresh soy milk delivered to the warehouse as soon as possible. It'll go bad if it's left outside too long. Can you please help me take it to the warehouse? My coworker Takeuchi will be waiting for you there. Thank you so much.
Alright. So... I can avoid that. Assassin's Creed, yeah. You know, apparently the new Assassin's Creed game is going to be in VR. It's going to come out like within this year, so that's interesting.
You must be the volunteers here to save the day. You must be tired. Put down the goods and have a rest. I heard the Yashiro Commission has arranged for Sailing Breeze to prepare some special drinks for the volunteers as a way of saying thank you. Soy milk is actually one of the ingredients for the drink. It's freshly made every day. In fact, the last batch of soy milk we processed has just been sent over. You'll get to try it very soon.
What? So Sailing Breeze's special drink has soy milk in it? Ito won't be able to drink that.
Oh yeah, he's allergic to beans. That's hilarious.
Hurry! We've got to get to Sailing Breeze before he does.
Oh, are you kidding? Why do you do this game? Why? Why can't you just let an entire quest play out? What the heck? Alright, fine. Do this. I was doing this specifically to avoid that. And it still happens. Oh, God. Ito's about to die, but first, let's do this first.
Last night, I visited a former servant who once worked for my family. I was able to learn the entirety of what happened all those years ago.
That's good, but Kazuha's probably gonna allergic himself to death.
In my great-grandfather's
Wait, did I say Kaza? I meant Ito.
the Ishin art was tasked with forging an important Goshinto according to an ancient forging diagram. Though all the craftsmen involved were very experienced, the process was still unsuccessful. Every blade that was forged was defective. When the deadline came, the blade still wasn't finished, so the craftsmen all fled and hid for fear of punishment. The Kaidahara clan and Yashiro Commission then conducted an investigation. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan eventually tracked down the craftsmen near the seaside. However, they met fierce resistance from the craftsmen, and in the end they were unable to prevent them from escaping by sea. The Kaidahara clan was severely punished for the swordsmiths that had escaped, and the family gradually fell into decline.
Oh, so that's the reason.
Moreover, I heard that the head of the Kamisato clan was injured by the fleeing swordsmiths, which combined with his advanced age caused him to pass away shortly thereafter.
Yes. The sudden passing of the family head left the Kamisato clan leaderless. Treacherous people took advantage of the situation and put the family's status in the Yashiro Commission at jeopardy. This single incident had profound effects. Even after the position as head of the clan was passed to my father, the Kamisato clan still wasn't able to regain its prior reputation.
I see.
But, thanks to my brother, everything is getting better now.
The failure to forge the blade was ultimately attributed to a lack of required skill and finesse. The Kaidahara clan and the Yashiro Commission always believed that was the case. However, the story of the 5 Kasen seems to imply that the failure didn't stem from a lack of skill, but rather, the diagram had been tampered with by someone. Miss Kamisato, I heard yesterday that the Yashiro Commission has still kept the diagram ever since the failed forging all those years ago. Might I ask you to do me a favor?
Yes, I understand. I will go back and search for the diagram. Please come meet me at the Kamisato estate later.
Yay! Ayaka's house. Alright, let's save Ito now.
What took you so long? I've been here ages. Completed my tasks a long time ago. So there you have it. When volunteering is the name of the game, no one volunteers harder than Arataki Ito. You lose, I win, and to the victor go the special edition spoils.
You're lucky it was in combat.
The Drink of Champions.
That is
Created by
huge.
Sailing in collaboration with Yae Publishing House, and as featured in the popular work Pretty Please Kitsune Guji. Woo! All this talk's making me thirsty. Don't mind if I do. Drink of Champions, it's time to come home.
Uh-oh. That huge thing? It's like the size of a popcorn tub.
Good stuff! That was a mighty fine drink. Although, maybe it was past its prime.
Boss, they said they think there might be, beans in the drink. Huh?
Man, Ito is great.
The boss is down! The boss is down! Quick, get him to a doctor!
What's wrong? Can't Arataki Ito drink soy products?
He's allergic to beans!
Oh, my goodness. Okay, quick, grab Ito and follow me. I'll get a doctor. I sure hope it's not too serious.
And this is where Ito, the first death in the entire game, and it's Ito dying through soybeans.
Leave Ito to me. I'll make sure he stands again.
And we never see him again.
Don't worry. I'll see you later.
So, your friend is allergic to beans. It's a very rare condition, though I have heard about it. I'm so sorry that our drink caused such a problem. I feel terrible.
Well, people could be allergic to anything.
Please, take this. This is a special drink formula with no soy milk.
And before he's allergic to regular milk, too.
A lot. Although it tastes slightly different without the soy milk, I'm sure this version will be more suitable for your friend. Please accept it, along with our sincere apologies.
Looks interesting, but man, that is a huge drink. Look at that. Also, I was like, stop. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stop. I just want to look at it.
Welcome home, almighty Shogun.
Whatever. I didn't want to do that. Alright, well... In the meantime, we'll go to Ayaka's house. Just so Ito has a chance to recover. Is this was she fighting her brother? Was it around here? I think it was here where Ayaka got her vision. Or was it here? Maybe. I need to rewatch that trailer. Yay! I do like talking with Ayaka. No,
I've managed
everyone
to
else
find
is
the old
here.
diagram.
We need some alone time.
Though the diagram is well preserved, you can still tell that it's seen at least 3 or 4 centuries of history.
Whoa, that's pretty old. Is it still possible to find any evidence of tampering?
At this point, we can only try our luck and see how we fare.
So it's smudged in a certain area. The bottom left.
Although the effect is not too obvious, you can still see that some words have now started to smudge. Kazuha, this is clear evidence that this chart was indeed tampered with. Someone framed the Kaedehara clan all those years ago.
I see. But I fear that I've discovered this secret too late. When my grandfather was young, he proposed reviving the Ishin art many times to my great-grandfather. But my grandfather was only scolded for being too foolhardy. Yesterday, the former family servant said that my great-grandfather even went to the Yashiro Commission to request that diagram from the head of the Kamisato clan. He then showed that diagram to my grandfather and asked him and his subordinates to try to forge the sword. Sure enough, my grandfather also failed. My great-grandfather then told him, if you can't find the secret within, then the Ishin art deserves to fade from the world.
I doubt they're alive either.
Inazuma in a rage after hearing those words. He didn't ever see my great-grandfather again, even till the day of his passing. Looking back at it now, the argument between the two of them was simply meaningless.
Oh, Kazuha.
I heard that your great-grandfather was very industrious when he was young, but later in life, he no longer bothered with the forging arts. It appears that his failure took quite a toll on him.
Kazuha, did your great-grandfather really say, if you can't find the secret within? Did he use those exact words?
Yes. The servant said that he personally heard those words, and still remembers them very clearly. My grandfather was so angry at the time that he smashed my great-grandfather's cherished bonsai tree.
Yes, it appears that you understand my meaning. Kazuha, if your great-grandfather thought that the Ishin art lacked finesse, then after witnessing his son's failure, wouldn't he have said something more along the lines of, your skills aren't sufficient? But instead he said, if you can't find the secret within.
So he
Don't
knew.
you find that a little strange?
Huh? Oh, so you're saying my great-grandfather may have very well known that the failure was due to someone's tampering?
Yes. The current evidence suggests that is highly likely.
I apologize, but would you all please accompany me to the Tenryou Commission? After I became a wanted criminal, the Tenryou Commission seized my family's last remaining estate, which contained all of my family's old
Where is that
belongings.
actually?
I want to inquire about the whereabouts of those belongings. If I can find them, we might be able to get some clues.
Alright, let's get moving.
Where's your oldest estate, Kazuha? I would like to know this. And I guess no talking with Ayaka on our own. I mean, I got my wish of seeing Ayaka in the event, so that's a plus, even if it isn't what I would like to see. We're not spending any of our time with her here.
What are you all doing here? Did something happen on Rito?
Just asking.
Kujo Sara. Perhaps you still remember me.
Yes, I do. You're Kaedehara Kazuha, a wanted criminal during the Vision Hunt decree. However, your arrest warrant has since been repealed.
Sara, we'd like to ask about the Kaedehara clan's property that was seized by the Tenryou Commission. Do you know where all their belongings are now?
Yes, the items seized at that time are currently stored in the warehouse next to the police station. Since Kaedehara has come back to Inazuma, those items should be returned to their rightful owner.
No,
Does that
I'm
include
afraid
the
you
estate?
misunderstand. I'm not here to reclaim those belongings. I just want to investigate them for a personal matter.
I see. All right, I'll inform the police station. They'll take you into the warehouse.
Thank you, Sara.
Did they put the entire estate inside of the warehouse? Since it's probably not on the map.
About the Vision Hunt decree.
That's all in the past now, Kujo Sara. There's no need to mention it again. I know you've also had your own convictions and struggles. However, may I ask something of you?
Go on.
What is it?
Took a while for that to...
Currently, I have no plans to stay in Inazuma. As a result, those items from my family's estate are of no use to me. Madam Kujo, I believe you are a person of integrity. After our investigation is over, I'd like to ask if you can handle those belongings for me. Please, sell them, and use the money to help the poor.
All right, I understand. I'll be sure to take care of it.
Kazuha is a pretty cool guy.
You must be here to investigate the Kaedehara clan's belongings. Well, Madame Kujo's already informed me of the situation. Please, come this way.
She moves faster than I do.
The Kaedehara clan's belongings are stored in this warehouse. Unfortunately, the items are scattered throughout in order to save space. My deepest apologies. However, I have clearly marked the corresponding items, so they shouldn't be too difficult to find. I'll be waiting for you at the door. Please, come see me if you require any assistance.
A whole space here.
Since the items are scattered throughout the building, I propose we split up and look for clues.
Yeah, I guess it's...
Sounds like a plan. Thanks for your
It's
help.
domain-sized, essentially. Oh no, it's actually a proper looking warehouse. But of course, from the outside, it doesn't look this size.
Oh, it's you. Unfortunately, I have yet to find anything of value here.
Whoa, this folding screen looks pretty old, though.
Yes, perhaps if it were better maintained, then it could fetch a decent price. However, I doubt it could be sold in its current condition. I was taking a closer look just now and noticed a large piece of dirt caught in the fabric fibers on the back side.
A large
Soil
piece of
is
dirt?
deeply embedded into the cloth. That means a great deal of force was used when the dirt was lodged into the cloth. It's likely that this patch of dirt is from the very flower pot thrown by Kazuha's grandfather.
That is... quite the leap in logic there, but you are probably right.
Because this is not what we're looking for now. Let me think. If I wanted to leave a message behind, I would probably choose to leave it on something a little more special.
Albedo seems to be thinking pretty hard. We better not bother him.
I don't know if Venti is going to have anything useful to say, considering how hard he's looking at this, what I presume is alcohol. But let's see.
There must be some around here somewhere. Do you see all these pots here? Some of them are bound to have liquor inside, right?
That's what I assumed.
Hey! Everyone else is trying hard to help, and you're over here looking for a drink?
He's practically an addict.
I merely jest, of course. Come on, we're close to uncovering the truth now. Why do you look so worried?
Well, Paimon doesn't really get why Kazuha told Sara to sell all these belongings.
He's clearly not attached to them.
What if we don't end up finding anything today? Then wouldn't Kazuha lose the chance of finding out what really happened all those years ago? You know, just saying.
I know you are worried about Kazuha, but if you ask me, he is stronger than you think. Since Kazuha made such a request to Sara, that indicates he's already made his choice. Whether we find out the truth or not today, or whatever it turns out to be, he's ready to accept it.
Archon intuition. If only that was more useful. In more main story related matters.
No, not intuition. Rather, I've lived for a long time now, so you could say I have some experience in reading people. Leave the things here to me. You two can look around elsewhere.
Four. Oh, Ayaka last, of course. Best for last. Though I should have probably started out with Shincho first, then Venti. Or maybe Venti. Shincho or Venti. Whatever. Kazuha third, and then Ayaka. If I was going by rankings here.
What did you find, Shincho?
I found quite the pile of old books. These books here are all related to smelting steel, and these are about the process of forging blades. This pile over here is all about plants and flowers.
The books about plants and flowers must have belonged to Kazuha's great-grandfather.
I skimmed through them just now, but I didn't find anything particularly worth noting. I shall take a closer look and let you know if I find anything.
Wow, his was even less useful. Well, equally as useless. Now Ayaka. What do you got to say?
Oh, it's you. I'm currently investigating the sword rack.
Oh, since the Kaidahara clan was a family of renowned swordsmiths, then this blade should be super valuable, right? Maybe it's a treasure of the Ishin art!
I'm afraid not. Although the sword rack is made of fine wood, the swords placed here appear to be quite ordinary. Due to the dire financial situation of the late Kaidahara clan, everything of value has probably been sold off already. The blade on the sword hasn't been sharpened, but there are many signs of use on the hilt. Perhaps Kaidahara used it for training as a child.
Let Paimon see! Oh, there seems to be a couple uneven characters
Oh.
etched into the scabbard.
Neat.
Kazuha. Wow, so it really was Kazuha's!
That was a kind of a cute little rasp that she made there.
I will continue investigating here and call you if I find anything interesting.
We finally had some alone time. And we just talked about
Something that you
swords.
should all have a look at.
Oh, seems Kazuha discovered something. Let's go see what he's got.
Maple leaf.
This flower pot was in my house for a long time. I heard that it was left behind by my great-grandfather.
Yeah, the plants seem to have been dead for a while now.
Well, after my great-grandfather stopped studying the forging arts, he picked up the hobby of keeping bonsai plants. Most of his prized plants were given to others once he became seriously ill. But he specifically left behind this dead plant at the time, and even instructed my grandfather not to throw it away in his will.
That should be immediately
My grandfather
suspicious.
deeply regretted that he never managed to reconcile with my great-grandfather, so he left the plant exactly as it was. But now that I think about it, my great-grandfather could very well have left it behind for other reasons.
Now that you mention it, this flower pot is kinda suspicious.
Yes. Let's take a closer look, shall we?
We finally found something! It's only a bunch of blank paper. Do you think someone already discovered the compartment and swapped the contents?
No, we
No,
should
I
probably
don't
put it
think
in
that is the
water.
case here. See the paper? It's quite yellowed, which means it's very old.
This is what I said. So I'll say it.
You mean to say that these sheets have been written with special ink, like that which Miss Kamisato found before?
Yes, I agree with this hypothesis.
Okay, let's give it a dunk then.
Give it a
There's a
dunk.
pond outside the police station. I'll use the water there.
Is there?
Well, how did it go? Those weren't just plain old sheets of paper, were they?
Just as everyone guessed, after I sprinkled some water onto the paper, writing
No, it is
did
right
indeed
outside.
begin to appear on it. It is a letter written by my great-grandfather.
Interesting.
What does the letter say?
It is. I'll tell you what my great-grandfather knew at the time, but before that, I wish to take you somewhere. Everyone,
It's fine.
please follow me.
Distance doesn't matter. We already went to Ayaka's house in the mountains and then back. What's half a kilometer? Hmm? I'm not walking there, but let's just assume the traveler teleports everyone everywhere.
Kaidehara, why did you lead us to this beach?
It is. In fact, my great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan tracked the fleeing swordsmiths to this very location.
Interesting.
Our hypothesis was correct. My great-grandfather was well aware of the truth behind the defective blades. And it was right here where they encountered the culprit who framed the Kaidehara clan and the Raiden Gokaden. It reads, "To whoever reads this letter, I, Kaedehara Yoshinori, have been held to a certain secret throughout my entire life. I don't have much longer in this world, and after much consideration, I finally decided to disclose the matter. All those years ago, when I was pursuing the swordsmiths alongside Commissioner Kamisato of
The lighting
Yashiro
is
Commission,
doing weird
not
things.
injured by one of the fleeing smiths.
Oh, that is cool.
It was night, and after the clues led us down to shore, I waited for the culprits to show themselves.
That was really cool.
There were no swordsmiths in sight, only a single eccentric stranger. This stranger claimed to be the one behind the failed
Wait, what?
forgeries and said that he had been patiently waiting for us. He then threatened to destroy the Raiden Gokaden.
Scaradouche.
That person was of able body, and in a blink of an eye, myself and the accompanying samurai had been defeated. Commissioner Kamisato was severely wounded, and I barely escaped death myself. My hat had fortunately blunted a blow to my head. The unusual stranger could have easily claimed my life at that moment. But, after noticing my appearance, he stopped his attacks and sternly asked if I had any connection with the name Niwa. I answered that it was my father's surname, and after my father disappeared, I was adopted by the Kaedehara family. Upon hearing my answer, the stranger paused. After a long silence, he suddenly said, "Tell her this. My name is Kuni Kuzushi." He then turned and left.
Wow. So that's what really happened.
Yes. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan escaped from death and learned that the forging diagram had been tampered with by Kuni Kuzushi. However, due to the encounter, the head of the Kamisato clan was worried that my great-grandfather would be falsely accused of being involved with the perpetrator. So even on his deathbed, the master of the Kamisato clan cautioned my great-grandfather to never speak of what happened, because the perpetrator said he would destroy the Raiden Gokaden. My great-grandfather worried that the perpetrator would still return for vengeance. So, to protect his loved ones, he closed the family business.
Did we have to come here, though?
As the leader of the Kaedehara clan, I am deeply ashamed to witness the decline of the Isshin art. But as a father, it is my priority to ensure the safety of my children and grandchildren. Yes, that's right. If my grandpa had somehow discovered the secret behind the tampered diagram all those years ago, perhaps my great-grandfather would have told him the truth. Unfortunately, he failed to catch any of the hints in my great-grandfather's words. Miss Kamisato, it appears you were unaware of the happenings that my great-grandfather described here. What are your thoughts?
I suppose the reason the head of the Kamisato house never spoke of this to the family was due to similar safety concerns. If the perpetrator was capable of tampering with even the Shogun's diagrams, and could single-handedly defeat many men, then he is not an ordinary enemy. I will discuss this matter with Brother shortly, and investigate the identity behind the one called Kuni Kuzushi. Rest assured, we will act cautiously.
And you could also call him Scaradouche, that's his other name.
To be honest, as I read the letter, I felt much turbulence in my heart. But now I've managed to calm myself. My great-grandfather said in the letter that he did not wish his descendants to blindly seek revenge and be deceived by things of the past. Though he was in a tight situation when he wrote these words, I feel like they are still valid nonetheless. I think what's most important for each person is not the past, but the present. Even though we must carry the burdens from the past, there are also things we wish to strive for.
There's some treasure hoarders over there in the background, but they won't pay attention to us, it's alright.
Therefore, knowing the truth behind what happened is enough for me. I will live on just as my great-grandfather had hoped. That being said, if the enemy from all those years ago is still lurking and plotting to stir up more trouble, then I definitely won't turn a blind eye.
Boop.
These are simply insights I've gathered from all that I've experienced. Thank you all for accompanying me in my search for the truth behind that incident.
Great! Now that we're done here, let's head back to Rito.
While they're on their way to Rito, I should go visit Ito and give him his drink. Wait, what? No, I guess I can't do that? Huh. Then I guess we should just finish this quest, huh?
Today is the final stage of the Irodori Festival. Not only will there be Shincho's signing event, but Albedo's painting of Kuranushi will also be unveiled. Let's take a stroll through the festival venue. Maybe we'll find everyone there.
I wonder who it'll look like. I don't think you have anything there. I thought we were gonna see Sayu though. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think there's anything there.
Hello, traveler. Paimon?
Albedo, why is the portrait of Kuranushi all covered up? Paimon wants to see what your Kuranushi portrait looks like.
Don't worry. The unveiling ceremony will be starting shortly. You'll see what it looks like then. I will say that I'm most satisfied with this particular work. I even made a special trip to see someone in order to complete it.
Someone?
They gave me some very valuable suggestions. Is that so?
Was it Mona?
There is still time before the ceremony. You may have a look around the venue.
No, she would have to be here. That would have been nice.
Well, hello everyone.
Wonder if she knows he's an Archon.
Hey! What are you two doing together? Don't think we didn't see you two chatting up a storm just now. The moment we came over, you stopped talking.
They were bad-mouthing us.
Is that so? I'm afraid you're just overthinking things.
We were merely discussing wine and food. I'm sure you two wouldn't be interested.
Speaking of good sides with sake, I personally prefer fried tofu.
Forget it. Even if those two are plotting something, they'd still never let us know.
Sit right here and try my Inazuma snacks.
Okay.
Someone needs assistance.
Someone is over here. Is it Shinsho? Yep.
Traveler, Paimon, it's a pleasure to see you.
Indeed it did. Thanks to you, the signing event went off without a hitch. And I must say, the readers seem most satisfied.
Shinto, is it just Paimon, or are you on the lookout for something?
You aren't mistaken, though I'm ashamed to admit it. But in fact, I have been on the watch for tourists from Liyue. After all, I came to Inazuma under the pretext of evaluating a potential investment. If an acquaintance were to see me sitting here, then there would be no way to hide the truth from my father. Fortunately, the crowds of readers that came flocking over have kept the usual tourists at bay. Oh, I should mention.
Surprised there's a
Shu
secret
is
at
also
all.
unaware of the real purpose of my trip. If you happen to meet him, please remember to keep it a secret. Then, please accept my thanks in advance. I'm sorry that I can't chat long. There are still readers waiting in line. I'll see you later at the unveiling ceremony for Kuronushi's portrait.
Ooh, Ayaka. Oh, and Ayato as well.
Ah, greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, Ayato! We finally get to see the busiest person of all.
Yes, there were many things which required my attention these past few days. Fortunately, the Irodori festival is proceeding smoothly. The Tri-Commission cooperated closely to prepare this festival, so at long last, I can take a break today.
Brother and I are very grateful for your help.
Finally, we have them
Toma sure is taking his sweet time.
both here at the same time.
Yes. Today is one of the rare occasions when Brother isn't busy. I was going to buy some books, but he said he wanted to come along. His treat. However, he forgot his wallet at home, so he asked Toma to go back and fetch it for him.
Yeah, just fetch it
Didn't think Ayato could
from
ever
that distance away.
like that.
Brother always works diligently, and it's rare for him to ever put his duties to the side and relax. So, Toma and I really cherish such moments when he's forgetful.
No, I want more. More Ayaka.
Kazuha, what are you doing here? Why aren't you at the festival?
I came here to take in the sea breeze. Such a bustling atmosphere is never really to my liking. I knew you were still worried about me. Thank you, but please, don't worry. The things I said in front of everyone weren't just pretty-sounding excuses. Look, see this familiar harbor in front of us? Before, you could sit here all day without seeing a single ship pass through. Instead, all you would see were soldiers from the Kanjo Commission, guarding against possible intruders. But now, it's become a bustling place. Not only are foreigners coming to Inazuma again,
There's not a single person here,
between here and
Kazuha.
Tatsumi Island has also been picking up.
Yeah, Inazuma has already started to change, huh?
I was thinking, in some ways, each and every one of us are similar to this country. It might take a different amount of time for different people, but there will inevitably come a day when each person can let go of their burdens. And when they finally let go, they are free to follow the wind as they please.
It's time for the portrait's unveiling ceremony. Let's head over to the 5 Kasen Plaza.
I guess I'll go the long way. I'll take the stairs like a savage, as opposed to the dignified way of climbing the side of a wall.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Irodori Festival. Today, we have ushered in the final stage of our festival. And now we will reveal the final portrait of the 5 Kasen, Kuronushi, which was done by none other than our guest artist from Mondstadt, Calx.
Paimon has no idea what Albedo's portrait looks like. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking.
Let's all count down together. 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
What's
Oh,
this?
it was nothing.
This piece depicts nothing but a background. I suppose Calx must have forgotten to include the character.
That's an assumption to make.
Let's hear some words from Calx himself regarding the creative process behind this piece.
Hello, everyone. First, I would like to say that it was an honor to be invited to create the portraits of the 5 Kassen. The 5 Kassen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their works of poetry. As time passed, poems were composed about them, and they became the subjects of many stories. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the character of Kuronushi is the deepest and most differing of the 5 Kassen. Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. It's as if he is a behind-the-scenes role of the 5 Kassen. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuronushi. So, in the same way, I also wanted to leave this character to everyone's own imagination. After all, the Irodori Festival is a place for everyone to express their minds through creative works.
Yep, that's Albedo for ya. His super logical explanation is sure to win everyone's approval. Well, it seems that our
Could be a very good excuse to not do any work, though.
have come to a close.
But that's not like Albedo.
Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, right! We still haven't figured out who left those stories of the 5 Kassen for us to find.
We'll see who it is.
Come on then, who is it? Tell Paimon!
Okay.
That makes sense. Otherwise, there'd be no way to give the right paper to the right person every time.
Oh, is it Ayato? Yeah, he is someone who works behind the scenes. Alright.
Right. Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to solve the secrets of the Kaidahara clan. Paimon gets it now. Well, at least Paimon thinks she knows. Let's go! We'll get to the bottom of this.
Ooh, I could talk to Ayaka.
The person who left behind the stories of the 5 Kassen probably chose to do so for Kaidehara's sake. After all, if they wanted to simply tell me what happened, there'd be far easier ways of doing it.
I guess that's all they're gonna say. They're just probably gonna give hints.
Someone needs assistance.
Yes, in fact, before doing the portrait of Kuronushi, I visited the person who left those stories and confirmed a few things.
Oh, so he already knows.
I think my current approach to this portrait is the most correct one. After all, there are some things that are better left obscure and out of the public eye.
The one who left the stories of the 5 Kassen. I'm afraid you guessed wrong, Paimon. It wasn't me.
Huh? Really? Oh, Paimon thought for sure you'd be the sneaky and tricky one.
I thought that in the very beginning.
But seeing as you stumbled upon me, you aren't far from finding that person now. Because other than me, there's only one person left.
There he is.
To be honest, I am very grateful to the one who left those stories for us to find. This journey allowed me to uncover the truth behind my family. And I am also very fortunate to have you to accompany me and find the answers.
Dong. Alright, why'd you do it? I mean, clearly we know why, but Why'd you do it in such a roundabout way?
Ayako! You're the one behind the stories of the five Kasen! But don't you think you overdid it a little? Leading all your friends on a wild hunt like that?
As it just so happens, one of the reasons I'm here today is to explain the details behind this wild hunt.
Huh. Paimon wants to see how you'll explain yourself out of this one.
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of Xingqiu and the editor carrying the books away one night. She thought it was interesting, so she asked me to tease them a bit.
So it was also her.
Huh? So it was Miko after all!
I was right on both counts.
That's right. But using the story of the five Kasen to guide you to the Kaedehara family's secrets was my personal touch. As for my roundabout approach, well, that was something which I had no choice but to do. Yes. Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedehara Yoshinori, as well as the blank papers hidden inside. I knew there was more than meets the eye regarding those papers, but it took me some time to figure out the secret behind the ink, the kind that would only appear when exposed to water. What Kaedehara Yoshinori said in the letter is very important for both the Kamisato clan and the descendants of the Kaedehara clan, especially Kazuha. The Kaedehara clan used to be subordinates of the Kamisato clan. It was my ancestors who were unable to protect them all those years ago. So now, this obligation fell on my shoulders. Although he has the right to know the truth, the closer he draws to things hidden out of sight, the closer he also draws to danger. I had to confirm whether Kazuha has both the will and ability to be privy to the truth. Of course, I could outright tell him the truth that I had discovered, but maybe he doesn't have the will that's required. In that case, the truth would only become a burden to him. If he lacks the ability, then he wouldn't be able to find the truth in the first place. In which case, it would be better to keep him away from danger altogether. Kaedehara Yoshinori left
So you
his
could do that
message in a
without doing this
roundabout
whole
way
thing.
precisely for this reason. For a long time, I yearned for a suitable opportunity to convey this matter, right up until the night when a legend of sword was smuggled away.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Yeah, it wasn't only Kazuha. You brought all of the rest of us into this plan of yours.
I figured you would ask this question eventually. I merely saw that this matter would be of value to you. And more importantly, I hoped that while Kazuha and Ayaka were looking for the answers together, they would have some reliable friends by their side. Reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions. Friends who would spare no effort to lend a helping hand in times of trouble. Because it is also very likely that you will face the same enemy together in the future.
Yeah. That flashback made things pretty clear.
You already know the answer deep down inside, don't you? The answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuranushi.
Wait, really?
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before.
Oh. Is it your turn to shine, Mona? Do I have to wait for night? I can't do it now. Alright. I wonder what Hydro Traveler is gonna be like. Pyro Traveler is gonna be awesome. Hopefully. Wait, what time? 0. I could see the Jade Chamber there in the sky.
It's getting pretty late, so nobody else is around now. So Ayato must have been telling us to splash water on the portrait, right?
Yeah. Scaradouche.
So he was the one behind the trouble all those years ago.
Am I gonna get a second flashback?
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes.
Nice filter. I'm very interested in the fact that they're doing these kinds of scenes in Engine now.
As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before. Also, there's one last thing that we must discuss. I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident made me notice the bonsai plants. I wish to tell you of that incident now.
That said, we didn't really need a flashback for this.
It was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the Sakoku decree. I heard that something had happened at the Tenryou Commission. They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse storing the Commission's articles of evidence and confiscated items. But nothing was stolen.
Why? Wouldn't we have seen this interaction before? It's a weird thing to flash back to something that we should have played.
I felt something unusual about that incident, so I told Kujo Sara of the Tenryou Commission to treat it as if nothing happened. She was not to increase the guard or relocate the warehouse contents. In the meantime, I sent a member of the Shumatsuban to keep watch over the warehouse. And sure enough, someone was sneaking in and rummaging through the belongings of the Kaedahara clan.
You mean he was also looking for...
I let him search for a while, but in the end, he found nothing. Soon after, he had to leave Inazuma by boat.
Why didn't you send someone to catch him?
The best way to protect a secret is to treat it as if it doesn't exist, is it not? Besides, the identity of this person is not hard to guess. After he left Inazuma, I carefully checked the Kaedahara clan's belongings one by one, and eventually discovered the papers in the hidden compartment of the flower pot. I am certain that the papers are the secret which the infiltrator sought to find, though he couldn't confirm whether this secret existed at all. So, now on to my final question. Which part of Kaedahara Yoshinori's experiences was the secret that needed to be protected?
Maybe this? Maybe all of them. Probably all of them. These choices don't really matter.
I don't have an answer to this question at present, so I'll leave it to your future self.
I'll leave tomorrow's problems to tomorrow's me.
Please, enjoy yourselves at the Irodori Festival.
Alright, all done. So, what exactly is... Oh, nothing. There's no activities that go along with that. Alright, well. I guess that's it for this. I don't know if I'm gonna record these. Well, this one I need to do as well. But, oh, 2 days. Oh my god. I have almost no time for this. Hopefully all the story stuff is done. And I'm surprised I didn't get to see Sayu. She was in the trailer. So I thought that was going to be a quest involving her, but I guess not. Maybe this one. Huh. Well, either way, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed my playthrough of the main storyline of the Irodori Festival. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.